This is Grace Notes, music with meaning. In fact, a special edition of Grace Notes. I'm Alan Button, and we've decided this week to focus on a particular theme. Most of us at some point in our lives have viewed our annual schedules through the prism of a school calendar. So, given the time of year, we've selected as our theme today, School's Out. I've managed to persuade several people who are Grace Notes in my day-to-day life to stop into the studio for a couple of minutes to tell us what they think about musically and otherwise when they hear School's Out. Those people are some of my colleagues here at Life 103.1. You may be able to identify with what they have to say. Kelly, Jennifer, Pete, Jessica, and Mary. We're here right now in the studio with Kelly. Kelly is in the middle of things operational at Life 103.1 and is the director of our Resource Services Department. Kelly, great to have you here today. As you know, our special edition this week has a theme of School's Out. Tell us about the song that comes to mind when you think about school being out.
The song that came to mind is a song called Knock 3 Times by Tony Orlando and Dawn.
A classic song on our playlist. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is a classic. With me being at the younger tail of the demographic, I didn't hear the song when it came out in the 70s, but I was introduced to the song watching a movie called Now and Then, where it's a story of a group of 4 girls one summer in the 1970s. And my sisters and I, we would just watch that movie when we were out of school and kind of reminisce and think about going on the adventures with them. So that's the song.
That sounds great. So when you think about school being out, you're celebrating the arrival of summertime and dancing to Knock 3 Times with your sisters.
Exactly, yeah, and there's a scene in the movie where they're all riding their bikes, around the neighborhood, and they've got bells on their bikes, and so they're ringing the bells 3 times, so it's knocking 3 times, and so just a classic for me.
That's great. What are your sisters' names, Kelly?
Caitlin and Laura.
So we got Kelly, Caitlin, and Laura here. Knock 3 Times by Tony Orlando and Dawn. Thank you, Kelly, for being with us. Let's hear the song.
Hey girl, what you doing down there? Dancing alone every night while I live right above you. I can hear your music playing. I can feel your body swaying. 1 floor below me, you don't even know me. I love you. Oh, my darling, knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Twice on the pipe if the answer is no. Oh, my sweetness means you'll meet me in the hallway. Means you ain't gonna show. If you look out your window tonight,
We're back with Grace Notes, if you're just joining us. And we have in the studio now Jen, short for Jennifer, who is in the middle of things administrative here at the station. Jen, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you so much. I'm excited.
Well, we got a couple of minutes to talk about a song that is special to you, or at least that comes to mind when you think about school being out. That's our theme. What is it about this song that makes it come to mind when you hear school's out?
For me, it's just the Beach Boys in general, anything, but Surfer Girl is the beach and fun and water. And for me and for my kids, I have such a range in ages that anytime we can get out and enjoy the beach, we're happy campers.
Do you identify yourself as a surfer girl?
I try. When I was younger, I would identify myself as a surfer girl. I'm a little older now. I'm kind of the mom, so I'm more of the encouraging the kids to get out and enjoy that sort of thing.
Well, now, I have the inside scoop that you're from Kentucky. How does a gal from Kentucky talk about being a surfer girl?
Well, I grew up with a mother that's from Southern California.
Ah, well, that would do it.
Yeah, so anytime we could get to the beach, she would take us.
Uh-huh. So you pass this on to your kids, this notion that summer is a time for surfing and other such things that school doesn't allow for?
I have, and I'm one of those moms that I really try to limit the amount of electronics and television and that sort of thing. So the beach is something that my kids really enjoy, and they'll spend the entire day out there and completely forget about their iPads.
That sounds terrific. You got plans maybe for this summer to get to the beach?
I do. My oldest twins are turning 18 this summer, so they want to go down to Myrtle Beach and just have a weekend of sun and sand and water and just really enjoy themselves.
Sounds terrific. Well, Jen, thanks for being in here with us for a couple of minutes. Let's hear the song.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Surfer Girl by the Beach Boys. If you're just joining us, this is Grace Notes, and Pete Saunders of our staff has stepped into the studio. Pete is a longtime radio guy and is very active in representing several of our business advertising clients. Pete, welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. As you know, our theme for this special edition of Grace Notes is School's Out. And that, of course, can bring a lot of things to mind. What does it bring to mind for you?
Going to the beach.
Uh-huh. Okay. Well, tell us about it. You've identified a song that is beach-related.
Right. I love beach music. I found out about beach music, of course, by a guy named Mr. Dale Van Horn. He was Mr. Beach Music himself. He was a former DJ at Kicks Radio in Raleigh quite a few years back. And also, he wrote one song that Elvis recorded, matter of fact.
Oh, is that right?
He also wrote one that the Isley Brothers recorded. And, of course, his real claim to fame was that he produced a 7-hour Beach Music Hall of Fame program. And he would sell it then to radio stations all over the eastern coast, the United States. And we would play it every year at our station. We'd play it on Memorial Day weekend. It's all about the Beach Music Hall of Fame, kicking the summer off and everything.
Very good.
And so the one thing that I liked about it was that he also attended the blind school in Raleigh. He was legally blind.
Oh, is that right?
And he attended that school with Ronnie Millsap. And so Dale Van Horn passed away probably in the last 10 years, I guess it was.
And you say that he's the guy who introduced you to beach music.
Right. And I used to go over and pick him up and bring him over to Stanford. And he would do some commercials for us, for some of my clients. And he was just a fantastic individual.
Very good.
And in that 7-hour program, he did a lot of beach music songs. He did the first beach music. The Embers were big in beach music, But Dale Van Horn was Mr. Beach Music, and we look forward to Memorial Day every year to play that song and the whole program.
Very good. Well, we're considering school's out, and we're going to go to the beach.
You got it.
Let's hear the song. I love beach music, and we're going to hear the version by the Embers, actually. Thank you for being with us, Pete.
Thank you.
I'm here with Jessica. Jessica stands in the middle of our Resource Services Department. Jessica, you no doubt remember, because it wasn't too long ago for you, when school let out. True?
Yes, that's right. Well, it was a little while ago.
You, of course, are well familiar with what goes on in our studios, too, so we're ready to jump into it. You've got a song here that has some connection with our theme of School's Out. What is it?
This is the Motown song by Rod Stewart, and I like it just because it's very bouncy, it's fun to listen to, and it made me think about the future. There's a lyric that says, "Don't worry about the future," which a lot of students are really worried about the future.
There's another lyric, I think, let's see. I got plans for us. School's out. Did you have plans when school let out?
Not really.
Back, say, in third grade?
Oh, no.
Or high school?
No, it was, high school was work, but third grade summer was, fun time, no school. Everybody knows that feeling.
You were ready to get out and get on the rooftop and play some of your old Motown records.
Yes.
Do you know what Motown is?
I'm familiar with it a little bit.
Has some connection with Detroit, maybe?
Yes.
How about Smokey Robinson and the Miracles? Ring any bells?
It probably should. Not really. This song is special just because, as you know, my mom is a big Rod Stewart fan, and I just remember hearing this song all the time growing up, and it just kind of stuck with me. I didn't really appreciate it as much when I was younger, but I've kind of gotten used to his sound and different things that he does. So.
And being out of school, you probably heard your mom playing that song more in the summertime.
Yes.
Very good. Now, Jessica, I know you have some special familiarity with this song in light of its subject matter. Who's featured on this?
This song features the Temptations, which is why I thought it would be a good fit for our playlist, because I know we do play some of the Temptations.
Temptations are kind of regulars around here.
And we already have Rod Stewart on the playlist, so I thought it would be a good addition.
Sounds great. Well, school's out. Let's hear the song, the Motown song by Rod Stewart. Thank you, Jessica.
Thanks.
Bring over some your own Motown records. We'll put the speakers in the window and we'll go on the roof and listen to the miracles echo through the alley down below. Oh yeah, let's dance together just for the night. Let's don't worry about the future or nothing else. 'Cause just like the music said, gotta take chances. Go ahead, just do it. And trust yourself. There's a soul in the city watching over us tonight. There's a soul in the city saying everything's gonna be alright. So bring over some of your own Motown records. We'll put the speakers in the window and we'll go on the roof and listen to the miracles echo through the alley down below. Oh yeah, they wish us luck, but they think we're just dreaming. Let's prove them wrong, baby. 'Cause you know what luck is. Luck is believing you're lucky. That's all. And showing just a little bit of faith. There's a soul in the city watching over us, I swear. There's a soul in the city. There's a whole world waiting out there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen, I've got plans for us, playing like a skip on a record through my head all night long. But when we walk that darkened stairway and step out on the roof, I know what we're feeling. Champion, ah yeah. Bring over some of your own Motown records. Yeah.
This is Grace Notes, and I'm Alan Button, and another one of our special guests today is Mary. Mary has agreed to step into the studio and share something about her School's Out reminiscences. And Mary's been around the station for a long time and knows the ins and outs and is involved with things administrative and is involved in the representation of our business advertising clients. Mary, welcome. You've got a song that you've identified as something that comes to mind when you hear us talk about school being out. What is that song?
Well, the song is "Oh Babe, What Would You Say?" And it goes back to, I think it was released actually in November of 72 by Hurricane Smith, but probably goes back to the summer of 73 for me. But it was one that I used to dance around to it in my basement, and my dad used to enjoy watching me dance. My dad loved the song. So I think of my dad and I think of that song because my dad always wanted to get a copy of it. And it's not like today where you can just download something easily. I remember looking to find this particular album that I could get from my dad because he loved it, I have to say, as much as I did. So it was that shared sort of experience between us.
Uh-huh. And I assume that the School's Out theme, it freed you up time-wise, gave you a lot of time to dance with your dad cheering you on?
Yeah, I suppose so. School being out was just that avenue to spend time doing some other things of passion that I enjoyed, which, of course, was, reading and enjoying music and enjoying friends as well, certainly.
Well, and I see that the lyrics talk about sunshine and sweet lollipops and the Milky Way and flowers, all good items for summertime consideration.
Yeah, happy songs. So I think of it as a very happy, upbeat song.
Well, let's hear it. Thank you for being with us, Mary.
Yeah, and I'd like to dedicate it to my dad. He's no longer with us, but this is definitely my dad's song.
Consider it done. Here's the song, "Oh Babe, What Would You Say?" by Hurricane Smith.
Suddenly be sunshine on a cold and rainy day. Oh, babe, what would you say? For there are you, sweet lollipop. Here am I with such a lot to say. Hey, hey, just to walk with you along the Milky Way. Through the nighttime, bring you flowers every day. Oh, babe, what would you say? 'Cause, oh, baby, I know I could be so in love with you. And I know that I could make you love me too. But anyway, what would you say? Yes, oh, baby, I know I could be so in love with you. And I know that I could make you love me too. And if I could only hear you say you do.
You've been listening to Grace Notes, a special program here on Life 103.1 featuring people who may be relatively unknown, but who meet life's challenges in ways that brighten the lives of those around them. Our producer is Christina Dolan. I'm Alan Button, and we invite you to join all of us here at the station again next Friday at 5:30 for Grace Notes on Life 103.1.